Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you an exercise that is unknown. I say unknown because I've never seen someone do this exercise. I've been doing this exercise for a while now, and as expected I got results. There will be some negative aspects about this exercise and some of you will not like this exercise at all. I want to talk about the muscles that are going to be engaged during the exercise and also why it's an effective exercise. So to start off, it's a core exercise and you're probably familiar to this exercise, but without the small difference. Everyone knows the floor leg raises and it's basically it, but a lot harder. I call them decline leg raises. Now, I know that a lot of you will say it's not good for your lower back because of an overextended back. And you're right to some extent. This exercise is a tough one, and once you start doing it, you will notice a huge difference in your core strength. At the beginning, it might feel uncomfortable to do this exercise, but then with time you get stronger and then you will be more comfortable in doing it. I will explain later why it's an effective exercise. To perform this exercise, you will need a bench or a higher surface and something to grab on, just like as if you were doing a dragon flag, and then lay down with your upper back on that higher surface, grab where you can grab, and then let your legs be in a decline position. So it has to be lower than the bench or the higher surface, and then do a normal leg raise, just like this. It's alright if you can't do it with both legs extended. You do baby steps. First you lay down normally and then do with your knees first, and then when you get stronger you can then extend your legs. You will progress fast in this exercise, at least in my experience. My recommendation will be to be experienced in training. If you're a complete beginner, don't try this exercise in any circumstances. You should be able to do at least 10 seconds of the L-sit hold, then 10 leg raises hanging or on the dip bars, then 15 floor leg raises, and as final 1 minute of the hollow position. It's for safety, guys. Like that you know that you have decent core strength, and when you do this exercise it's just to go to the next level. Now you might be wondering, why is this a good exercise? In the video top 3 exercise for abs, I mentioned the floor leg raise as it's the easiest leg raise variation, and it's all due to gravity. When you do an L-sit or a leg raise, the hardest part is when you have your legs parallel to the ground, because you are fighting gravity. That is why people can't hold the L-sit, because they lack strength in that L-sit position. And when you do floor leg raises and you have your legs like on the L-sit, so curled up, it's not difficult because there is no tension and no gravity because your legs are upright. And then when you start to come down with your legs, you will start to feel some tension because you're fighting gravity. And the hardest part of the exercise is when your legs are parallel to the floor. But guess what? The floor will stop you from continuing. So basically the floor limits the range of motion. Now by removing the floor, because you're doing it on the higher surface, you start to do decline leg raises. You will feel weak by doing this exercise at first because A, it's the first time that you're doing it, B, you are parallel to the ground and it's when gravity is pulling the most and you have to fight gravity, which leads me to C, longer lever. Now it's not only your legs, but your hips are also included, and D, because of different position, you will target different muscle fibers. Once you can do this exercise, I can guarantee that you can say that you have a strong core, because this exercise not only develops a strong core, but also helps with other exercises as well, like the ab wheel rollouts, front levers, and dragon flags. And by talking about dragon flags, it's cool to do them, right? But with what I've taught you, can you guess in which angle is the hardest part to do the dragon flag? It's not on the 45 degrees. It's actually when you're parallel to the ground. And guess what? If you're doing them on the floor, you have the same problem. The floor will limit the range of motion. But this is when you have a really strong core, which you can do. I just have to do it like this because otherwise I can't do it. You can also do the dragon flags like this, and you have a full range of motion dragon flag. like this. It's a challenging one. If you want to try this exercise and you're able to do dragon flags and you think you have a strong core, give it a try. With this method, decline, take your core strength to a whole different level. The reason why I'm showing this exercise is because I was stuck. I plateaued completely with my core strength. I tried a lot of different things like ankle weights. I tried doing dragon flags with ankle weights, different exercises, and none of them worked until I tried this exercise. I don't really know if someone does it. It just came to my mind. I was just, oh, Chris, do it like this, and then I did it, and it felt different. And it worked. And there's another thing I wasn't going to talk about, but as it's in topic, I might as well talk about it, and it's about the extended back. Posture is very important and everyone knows that, but I want to talk about the pelvic in specific. If you weren't born with a pelvic problem, or if it's not a genetic factor or because of an accident, there are 3 types of pelvic postures, and only one is correct. The correct one is called the neutral pelvic. It's basically how you should have your pelvic. And then there is the posterior pelvic tilt, that is forward like this, as if your glutes are squeezing all the time. And then there is the anterior pelvic tilt, where you kind of arch, like you're showing your bum. And this bad posture could be muscle imbalances or weakness. For example, the anterior pelvic tilt, so the forward one, is normally associated with weak glutes and weak abs. So if you do the decline leg raises, your core muscles will be so strong that it's almost impossible to have a pelvic problem. And another thing is, if you have lower back pain while doing this exercise, it means that your lower back is weak and you have to work on it. And if it's just because of uncomfortable, because you're doing at the edge of a bench or something, like I did it here, you can put a mat and that will be more comfortable. But if you have a strong lower back, I can guarantee that your lower back will not feel pain during the exercise. I know that some of you will not like this exercise, and I shouldn't even recommend this exercise to people, but it is a good exercise, but not for all levels. Right guys, and that's it for today's video. I hope that this video helped you and it was informative, especially the angle parts, and that from now on, when you do different exercises, you will think about it, like for example bicep curls, you will think about your torso and how is it's going to impact your biceps. And that you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new coming videos. And I'll see you next time. Thank you and see ya.